Hello, it's me again, Marcos, and today I wanted to make a quick video about a topic that just kind of like popped in my head. And so, first of all, I wanted to apologize for not making too many videos lately, it's because of the fact that I've been really busy with work, and I've been working over 40 hours a week, and then I'm really exhausted from that because my coworkers are kind of lazy, or not more. The one I usually work with is pretty lazy, so I have to do double the work, and it's so annoying. But so work and then training as well, and stuff like that. Life happens. So anyway, I wanted to quickly make this video as I'm off, or as I was off in the past night, and I kind of got up and I don't know. You ever, I guess you wake up and you're like, just something just pops in your head. I slept really well tonight, let's just say that. Um, so, um, anyway, so in the last few weeks, or maybe probably in the last week, I've been thinking more and more about this topic. And, as I talk to people, or Germans and French people, mostly Amandine. Coucou Amandine, ça va bien? Uh, and I usually speak in German to Germans, sometimes in English if they want to brush up on their English with me, because I know like where their mistakes are coming from, and yeah. So in French, sometimes I speak with people in French. With Amandine, I speak in mostly English, sometimes French, um, and stuff like that. And I speak to some other people as well. And I guess sometimes I speak to this. This happened so yesterday. I spoke to this one girl, and we were speaking in German, and this has happened a lot of times. I would say something in German, and the person wouldn't know what I'm saying, even though that person's German. And so I would have to explain to a German what this German word means in German, and that person would, through that, learn a new German word, and that happens a lot in German because I'm so obsessed with this language. I don't care if the word is really old. I don't care if it's, you know, slang. Ja, was geht, alles klar bei dir, ey? I don't care if it's slang like that. And anything. I'll write it down. I want to commit it to memory. And yeah, because it's really embarrassing to me if I don't understand a word in German, because I've been dealing with the language for so long now. Even though I'm not a native speaker of German, that it's just, it kills me every time if I learn something new. Not if I learn something new, but if I don't understand a word or something, the exact meaning of a certain word. So yeah. Um, and it doesn't really happen too much in French because my French is somewhat um, limited, or I'll just be honest, it's very limited. I'm very lazy with my French, and um, I really need to pay more attention to it. And but I procrastinate a lot, and ironically, a word that I know in French that's really kind of old and not used anymore. I think it means it's something like to put off until later or to procrastinate. The word is atimoyer. Very nice word. I love words like that, like words that aren't really used anymore. Just reminds me of the beauty of the language, and I think that most languages are kind of not dying out, but they're becoming dumbed down um, over the years, and that's just my opinion about that. So the word is atimoyer, and I think most people say in French remettre au lendemain. Sorry about my accent, but I don't know. A few people have learned that word. A few French natives have learned that word because of me. And so what I'm getting at is that natives can learn stuff in their language too. And for me, it happens all the time because my English is, I'm a native. It's not that good. I think it's above average because I'm more formally educated. I'm college educated, but it's still not that good for me. Um, I don't know a lot of sayings, and honestly, I don't really talk to um, my family members too much, and their usage of English is sometimes not really that good. Um, I don't like using good, such a basic word. Um, it would be more fruitful if they used more, you know, complex words. Not really. But my dad would say something like, "He's an idiot," and it's like an idiot, um, just I hear the word or the English language constantly butchered, and although I'm not the biggest fan of English, there are some cases in which I learn something new, and or I'll watch a video and a British person will be talking and he will say some kind of phrase or something, um, and the phrase is, or what did I learn? I learned taking the Mickey out of someone or something. So I had to translate it to German, and I understood the German more or better than the English variant of the translation. Um, so I don't know. I always it's just interesting to learn something in a new language. It kind of makes you appreciate your language more. And a lot of people ask me, "Well, why aren't you learning so many languages? You have all these people here learning this language, this language, this language." And every year it's the same for you, Marcus. You're still learning German, and I'm still doing French, and not still, I've only been doing French for almost 2 years, and that's with a lot of breaks. But German, I'm still learning German, and the reason I guess I um, don't switch languages, I don't learn new languages that often. I guess there was Polish. I wanted to learn Polish for a bit. Um, there was Korean because I wanted to go to South Korea. That was more of for a practical purpose, not really what I wanted to learn for myself, for fun and stuff, for my heart. Um, so those languages are kind of gone. Polish for now. Korean, I don't think I'll learn that. In other languages, I'm curious about Portuguese, Russian, Norwegian, and stuff like that. But for me personally, I can't really um, focus on multiple languages at the same time. My hand gestures. Multiple languages at the same time. I think that it is more advantageous to stay with a few languages because I think it is really important to express yourself, for someone to express him or herself in like a really you know not an educated way. What's education, but to express him or herself in a I just want to be as authentic as possible, and I think that I just don't want to speak like a baby in you know 5 or 6 languages. I'd rather speak well and be able to articulate myself in 1, 2, or 3 languages. Um, that being German, but am I still learning German? You can say that I am. You can say that I'm not. I say that I am because it's not my native language. My but it's not really a foreign language to me at the same time. I just speak it, and if I happen to stumble across something, then I write it down. I commit it to memory, and so on and so forth. And then French, I'm actually learning. My level in French is probably A2 still. It's been A2 for a while. That means I'm a high beginner. Um, so German, French, and English. Am I actually learning English? Um, so I think what had inspired me to make this video, I think I was reading something, and the word was brillieren, and it was really an easy word, but I looked it up anyway. I just wanted to see what it was in English, and the word is scintillate, and I think correct me if I'm wrong, other Americans or other native speakers. I think the word is scintillate. It's from. Then I also learned that the word is from French, scintiller, and you know, it's just like such a word that I've never even thought of before, and I just kind of want to spruce my English up and spruce my English. That's the right expression. Um, but so if I'm learning one or two or three languages, then I don't really have time for. I mean, I do have time for others. I could, learn a little bit of this. I could, go back to Spanish and do that. But for now, I just want to stick with those three and make them, or those two, and make them as good as possible. And then every now and then, kind of, or I guess in the meantime, stumble upon new words in English, new expressions. And I do that at work because there's a guy at my work who he's for some reason he knows a bunch of English expressions and not too many aphorisms, but it just rubs off on me, and I just think it's really good to focus on your native language, and as much as I usually dislike the English language it's as aforementioned, as it's constantly being butchered around me because I don't really talk to people in English when I'm at home, native speakers, and when I'm at work, I work at a gym, and so I'm not going to hear the most posh English. I'm not going to hear really impressive English, really um, formal or educated, so to say, English. So um, I like hearing words like that sometimes, and expanding my knowledge. So um, yeah, so I guess I could be saying I'm learning English. Um, I I don't know. Like I just think it's really interesting sometimes to. It just makes me think about how big the language is, because English is such a big language. It has Latin roots, it has Germanic roots. I mean, it is a Germanic language with a Latin-based touch because of the French. French, the Normans taking over Great Britain or wherever it was at the time in 1066. I'm not the best history buff, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, that's it for this video. I'm sorry that I'm rambling right now, but let's see, is there anything I want to say? Um, yeah, I guess English, each language you learn helps, like the deeper you get into it, the more each language helps each other. You can see the etymology of one word, like scintillate, which means, to shine or to radiate. And then I guess then from that word, for some reason I just wanted to go deeper, and from that word I kind of learned kind of a poetic word in German that's probably not used, and then from that word I learned another word. It's just like a huge chain of learning and self-improvement, and I'm all for that self-improvement, and improving myself every day, and I'm sure you are too. Um, so yeah, I think that's it for this video. I'm not going to say which German words I learned through scintillate. I think I'm using that word correctly. I'm not sure. But yeah, I think that is all for today. I hope you all have a nice, pleasant day, and I will see you all soon. Hopefully. Ciao.